Hello, and welcome to the weekly update for the Dragon's Tavern. This is week 6 for 7-24, recorded on 7-22, so if anything comes in on Saturday or Sunday, I will get them in on the following week. This week we had 8 commits from one contributor, and we had another commit that's just about ready from a different contributor, so that will probably be ready by this weekend, which brings our total commits to 122 from 7 total lifetime contributors. We just completed week 5, so now we're on to week 6. We are just over the halfway point here. This week, I did a little bit of cleanup in the hub area. I started some logic on the AI combat, and that's a work in progress. I fixed a bug where the game crashed if the player didn't have any cards remaining that they could draw. Also cleaned up the main menu and then added 11 cards along with their art into the player's deck. So let's take a look at those right now. So first we have the Hail Mary card, which in football is sort of like a last-ditch effort kind of play. We have the Kitten of Mercy and the Kitten of Spite with my beautiful cat drawings here, and I believe our contributor will be cleaning that up to make it look like not that. And then we also have the fish with no eyes, so that's basically an anglerfish without any eyes. We also have the God Generator, which is basically a slot machine in outer space. We have the Golem of the Night, which was used as a basically a still taken from one of my Mysteries of Clark's Magic Academy enemies. We have Innocent Spirits, which is a couple of particle systems with some spheres back there. Tomb of the Risen is another one of Clark's Magic Academy enemies, where you're basically breaking out of a tomb. We also have the backs of the cards done, so we can see that in the game. We have Shattered Spear, we have the Crown Tax, and we have the Ogre Hammer. So all of those are now in the game. So let's pop on over to the demo. We overhauled the main menu just a little bit here, so we didn't use a solid brown background. So now we have the play, the tutorial, and the credits. So we can do the credits, we can have the tutorial here, and we can go into play if I would have hooked that up correctly, but we can cheat and get around that. So looking at the game itself, in terms of functionality, not a whole lot changed from week over week. It was a lot of art this week, but we can see the backs of the cards. We can see a couple of those new cards coming in here. We cleaned up one of the bugs where if you hovered over a spell card, it was still displaying the cost associated with it in the top left, but spell cards don't have a cost, so we fixed that. And we can also keep drawing cards, but I don't want to draw all of them just quite yet, because I want to show you the backs of the cards here. So like on the back of the opponent's hand, we can see the cards over there, as well as the cards that are in their deck. And I believe they should be working on our end. You can see the sprite there, but I think due to some baked lighting, it's not allowing us to see it, but you can draw all of the cards in the deck now. And if you can't draw anymore, then the game is going to be over, but you can see the variety of cards that are now in your hand, and you can still put them on the table, ideally. We have lots of things that are like right at the verge of being fixed, but they're still works in progress. So if we were to take a look at the Trello here, we're at the halfway point, so we have like 3 more weeks of like content creation. I went through and dropped a couple of items in the later weeks so that way it doesn't feel as pressed anymore. In week 7, we're going to try to finish up the card set 3 and card set 4 art. We got a good start on them, but we have these 4, 8, 9 cards that are left, so feel free to jump in and try to tackle any of that art if you would like to do so. We also would like to try to take a shot at some of the animations for the cards that are on the table, between cards attacking each other and cards leaving the field. We also have a bug where the player is currently able to attack themselves. We want to get rid of that. And we also want to start in on the opponent AI system. I realized that trying to tackle all of that into 1 week was going to be a little extreme, so I was procrastinating on it. So hopefully splitting it out, I will be able to make some headway on that. And then we also have some animation on the opponent turn. We want to get rid of our happy, smiling orange guy over here. So if anybody would like to take a shot at some 2D art where we can do some slight animations, I would love to see what you can come up with. Looking a little bit further, we're still in need of some sound effects and some music. We also have a little bit more programming in terms of like a save system, ability to add cards and remove cards from the deck, a little bit of art for like menus popping up, and then we also want to do some general game balancing and some tutorials. So if anybody would like to take a shot at that, we have plenty of opportunities, but that is our 50% update for the Dragon's Tavern.